I lost a bet and I really had to do this. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. Hit that like button. Let's go for like 427 likes on this video. If you're from TikTok, tell me in the comment section. I want every single person that's from TikTok to comment TikTok down below. Oh, by the way, after watching this whole video as well, if you do want part 2, because I have so many of these, then make sure you comment part 2 as well, and I will definitely make that for you. Let's get on with the story. Okay, so this is going to be like a bit different because we're going to my more wild years of my life. I genuinely have so many of these stories because I would do it most weekends. I mean, if the boys came round, if anyone came round, I would do this. Even on a school night, even if I was just doing anything with my friends, we would pretty much always do something like Truth or Dare, or we'd all like bet against each other. And it would be like the most stupid bets. For example, the one that actually made me have to do this whole situation, which is just the most embarrassing thing you'll ever see in the world or hear. Someone bet me that they could beat me in a game of FIFA 17, and I was like, okay, I'm really good at FIFA 17. I had a solid ultimate team, like legends, everything, and there was no way I was gonna lose. So obviously I said yes, we play. He beat me 2-1. Really sucked, and honestly, what I had to do after losing this bet was even worse. So you probably guessed now, this story took place 2 years ago. I have 2 years left in school, and obviously it took place in school. So basically the game of FIFA took place on a Sunday. So the day before we went back to school on the Monday, yeah, that's the day we had a game of FIFA on. I end up losing, and then my friend didn't tell me what the what do you call it? I can't think of the word. The thing you have to do when you lose a bet. I can't think of the word. It's really annoying me. But anyway, I had to do it, and he didn't tell me what it was until like the Tuesday. And I should also say, this took place at like the very end of the year. There was probably like a week or 2 left at school. And another thing you need to know is there was a big event coming up that everyone went to, and it was just like, you for a fact. After seeing the end of this story, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. But like, it's a thing that every single person wants to go to and has a great time at. And a lot of girls, you know, they planned for this for like 3 years in advance. Honestly, you you probably already know what it is. So anyway, it gets to the Tuesday. Like I said, my friend was going to tell me my dare, or whatever you want to call it, on that day. So everything's normal. I go into school, we have a normal day, and here's another thing you need to know. In my school, there's a bunch of different teachers. You have, and I know for a fact this is exactly the same with you. In fact, you know what? Leave me a comment if this is the same with you. Just put like, I agree in the comment section, okay? There is like certain teachers. There is and I know for any of you girls watching right now, you're probably not going to want to hear this, but there is the attractive teacher, you know, the nice looking girl that's probably quite young, just out of uni, and she's probably like a chemistry or English teacher. Low-key said chemistry because mine was a chemistry teacher. And then you have, you know, the kind of older teachers that you would go nowhere near, and the ones that are normally quite grumpy, that are going to end up teaching something like biology, history, and maths. 160%, they always teach maths. And then you obviously have the male teachers. You always have that one young male teacher, and you also have the really old, just fat male teacher that everyone hates. My physics teacher, I am talking to you. I know for a fact he knew I didn't like him, so if he ever sees this video. So anyway, my very old, you know, sort of teacher that no one really liked, the girl, was I did say it, my biology. You know it was bad? Her first name, well, her title was doctor, and I'm fairly sure you have to be like experienced to be a doctor. So anyway, we're sat in biology. It's the most boring lesson you'll ever be in your life. Honestly sucks. No one wanted to be there, and I also had my friend sat next to me coming up with stupid ideas for my forfeit. I'm not gonna lie, my camera did die and I had 30 minutes to think of that word, and the word was forfeit. Thank you, I know I finally got the word. That was probably really annoying to sit through the first like 3 minutes of this video. So we're sat there, he keeps coming up with stupid ideas for me to do, and none of them were realistic. It was like, stand up and take your top off and start swinging it around the school, which I'm never gonna do because I'm gonna get banned from school. I will do that in like year 13, which something like that did happen, but never in year 12. That is just dumb. So then he comes up with an idea that is doable, and also just the most embarrassing thing I could ever do in my single life. Scrap that. In my like quadruple life, if I had 4 lives, I would not do anything as embarrassing as this. It was awful. So I'm sat there next to him, and he comes up with the great idea. And honestly, James, I still hate you. So we're sat in class. We're probably like 45 minutes in. It's literally like 5 minutes to the end of the lesson. And my friend turns to me and he says I have to, for my forfeit, And this is where what I was talking about at the start of the video comes into play. Prom is what I was talking about. If you didn't understand, it was prom. Prom was coming up in like 2 weeks or so. So he mugged me off here. He asked me, he told me my forfeit was to ask this very, probably like 60-year-old teacher that was married with 2 kids. He said I had to say that I was going to pick her up. So I did it. I stood up. There was 5 minutes left of the lesson and I asked the teacher, I say, "Doctor, will you go to prom with me?" And I had to make it sound serious. She sent me out the lesson and literally told me to not come back to her class. I couldn't go to this woman's class for 2 days in a row and I had like 3 lessons with her.